We always enjoy the Alabama conversation with Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama. And of course, join him on a show that airs right here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, In My Own Words, 6 Central, In My Own Words, right here on YouTube. And for as much as Stephen, I enjoy all of our conversations, I love when you review personnel for us. So we got spring practice just a few weeks away, and we're going to go through all the positions eventually. And we're going to start at quarterback. And of course, Bryce Young's gone. And with him, he leaves a trail of records and just outstanding statistics, showed his leadership skills and his commitment to this program by playing in the Sugar Bowl this past year. And so he's gone. We saw Jalen Milroe in a key situation as Arkansas was getting close on the scoreboard in the fourth quarter on the road. He finished out that game, of course, played against Texas A&M. So you got Ty Simpson in play through a few passes for the Tide in 2022. Your thoughts about this quarterback room with also a couple of highly sought-after players being signed in the 23 class?
This is going to be very intriguing, Mark, because for the first time in a while, you've got an unproven quarterback. I mean, Bryce Young was proven. Guys like Jacob Coker, A.J. McCarron, Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, Mac Jones, those guys, proven guys. You do not have that proven guy this year. So it's going to be very intriguing to see who comes out with this thing. Starting number one with Jalen Milroe, the young man from Texas who arrived as a four-star in the 2021 class. Tremendous athlete, gifted feet, gifted athleticism, can run like a deer, probably, if not arguably, the fastest guy on the team. We know that about him. What we don't know is how good is his accuracy as a passer? How good is he really distributing the football? We did not see much of that this past season. So now we're going to get to see how good has he become throwing the ball, getting the ball out quick, the timing and the rhythm on his passes to these respective receivers. I'm not saying he has to be Bryce Young type accurate, no, but can he be accurate enough to where defenses must respect his passing acumen? That's the big question for Jalen Milroe as we enter into spring football. When you look at Ty Simpson, the biggest question for him would be, how much more of the playbook has he gotten? Because size-wise, I mean, he's there at 6'2". He's over the 200-pound mark now. I mean, we saw him in high school, Westview High, at Martin, Tennessee. His senior year, had 41 touchdown passes, just 3 interceptions, was the Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Tennessee. He came in as a 4-star guy last year, had a very strong A-Day, had a very good A-Day performance. But, now you're looking at year 2 of Ty Simpson. How much has he grown in the playbook? How much has he gotten better? How much has he sort of evolved? We'll get a chance to look at that. And then, your 2 freshmen, you've got Eli Holstein and Dylan Larnigan, both enrolling early for spring ball. Eli Holstein out of Louisiana, Zachary High School. He's 6'4", 222 pounds. Definitely has the size measurables of being a quarterback, but how much of a push can he make? And then you look at Dylan Larnigan, who's 6'2", 215 out of Georgia, played both football and baseball, was a pitcher in high school. So, he's got that fastball mentality. That ball comes out of his hands quick. He is deceptively athletic as a quarterback. But for him, he may need to add a few more pounds. We'll see. But how much can he pick up as he has enrolled early? So this quarterback room, very intriguing to the fact that you don't have a proven guy, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. This is where the competition of the cream will rise to the top. Who's ready to take it right now? Coach Saban has the saying of who can grab the bull by the horns, who can win the team. So all 4 of these guys, you got a fresh slate to win the team and be that guy. You have a brand new offensive coordinator in Tommy Rees, who's bringing in his ideas, his philosophy, his mindset. So everybody gets a clean slate. Who won it? That's going to be the fun part.
Much different situation at Bama this spring in the quarterback room and at the offensive coordinator position for sure. Should be a whole lot of fun to try to track throughout March and April. Stephen M. Smith, if you want to track him, it's Touchdown Alabama, and it's In My Own Words right here on YouTube, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 Central. Stephen, we appreciate it.
Absolutely, Mark. You guys take care.
Breaking down the Tide position by position with Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama. Get on over to Touchdown Alabama. Also, keep it right here on YouTube. You can check out Stephen's work every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in my own words at 6 Central. Stephen, the running back room at Alabama is always stacked. It's been a legacy since Nick Saban took over of having those two future NFL backs kind of alternating and complementing one another. It's been more a stable of running backs here over the last 5 or 6 years. And of course, Jahmyr Gibbs moves on to the NFL. Justice Hayes would be the incoming 5-star, but you got a couple guys in Roydell Williams and Jace McClellan, who of course are trying to make their mark.
You got Jace McClellan, you got Roydell Williams. You also have Jamarion Miller, who has changed his name to Jam Miller. So he now goes by Jam Miller, according to the RollTide.com. And of course, you mentioned there Justice Hayes, the tremendous 5-star and Georgia legacy coming over from Beaufort High School. And this guy in the training and the strength thing right now, I mean, just putting on squats, putting on weights, just the guy's just an absolute freak there in the weight room. You got him. And of course, in the summer, Richard Young, the other 5-star, will arrive as well. But you break down this running back room, Mark, moving on from Jahmyr Gibbs as he pursues the NFL draft. He looks to be a first-round pick, will more than likely go between picks 15 or the bottom, between pick 15 or the bottom half there in that first round. And Gibbs, a guy that was just tremendously versatile, could run the ball between the tackles, had speed on the open edge, the perimeter on the outside, could catch the ball out the backfield. You can line him up as a wide receiver. He led all Bama wideouts with 44 catches this past year. So that just gives you what Jahmyr Gibbs is in terms of today's running back in the pros. But Jace McClellan comes back as the power guy. I mean, he brought power, he brought speed, he brought pass catching ability as well, averaged 5.8 yards per carry, as you got that there on screen, Mark. And it's just, when Jace McClellan touched the ball last year, the offensive line got really excited to block for that young man, just due to the power and the strength and just refusal to be brought down by one guy that he brings to the table, especially when he was fully healthy last season, going back to suffered an injury in 2021 against Ole Miss. We came back last season fully healthy, and you saw what a healthy McClellan can do. Roydell Williams, remember, he came in that 2020 class he came out of Hueytown High School here in Alabama, and a young man that versatile in his own right as a former 4-star. And he's got power, he's got speed, he's got versatile quickness in his game as a receiver out the backfield. There were moments where Coach Saban trusted him in some various situations. Now he is back, looking for an even bigger role within the offense. He plays a lot on special teams, but Williams looking to have a much more prominent role at that running back position. Behind him, you've got Jamarion Miller, who, in my case, he kind of fits that Josh Jacobs role in the sense of he's a pinball back. Guys bounce off of him. He's got power as well. He's got vision. And in the games he played last year, especially late in those games, I mean, you saw it. I mean, you saw the quickness. You saw the burst. You saw the speed. Probably not, I guess, as physical at this point of his career as Josh Jacobs was, but you see some similarities. You see some resemblance there to Jacobs, a young man in Miller who came from Tyler Legacy High School in Tyler, Texas, had over 5,000 yards across his career there. So that young man looking to take a bigger step. And then Justice Hayes, the 5-star, I mean, you cannot say more about this young man. Finished his career with over 7,000 yards at Georgia, 95 touchdowns. The Bulldogs really thought they had this young man. Crimson Tide able to snatch him, get him, bring him over. He got a chance to be a part of the Sugar Bowl prep there and prepare for Kansas State. I got a chance to play in the U.S. Army All-America game. Got a chance to do that. But here's a young man, Mark, that, I mean, has it all as a running back. You got the size. You've got the athletic ability. You've got the speed. You got the power. You got the burst. You got the vision. He can hurdle, much like Najee Harris hurdled. So a lot to like there when you look at Justice Hayes, and he will show fans quickly in the spring game what he offers as a full package running back. But this room, nothing short of stacked, nothing short of bodies to go around. And Jace McClellan, as the head guy, has a chance to show what he can provide here as that primary featured back.
There you have it from Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama. We will be running through the Tide on offense and defense position by position. So check out those videos. And, of course, check out Stephen each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on YouTube, in my own words, 6 Central. Stephen, great to see you. Appreciate you stopping by, sir.
Absolutely. You guys take care, Mark.